with Annette Müller. I'm Carissa Sims, live event host for Humanities Team, and I'm coming to you live from Lafayette, Colorado. Hi, Annette. Where are you connecting from today?
Hello, everyone. I am coming right now from the southern part of Germany. I am very close to the Bavarian Alps. So,
Wonderful. Very healing there, I'm sure. Thank you all for joining us for this interactive Q&A program where you have the opportunity to connect with Annette directly. I wanted to share a little bit about Annette. She is incredible and a woman of many talents. Annette is a producer, director, author, and publisher. Alongside Sharon Stone and Emmanuel Itier, Annette produced the documentary The Cure. And The Cure was conceived over the course of 3 years in over 10 different countries. And Annette Müller debuted a special director's cut of the documentary in 2017 during the Healing Days in Germany. She continues to work alongside Itier, producing documentaries like We Are the People and War, a Love Story, and Healers Without Borders in collaboration with filmmakers Werner, Dück, and Emmanuel. As a philanthropist and founder, as well as the CEO of a respected hospital for energy healing, Via Saint Esprit, I don't know if I'm saying that right, and École Saint Esprit International School of Healing Arts in Germany, which teaches the three energy healing methods she developed. Her latest work is the production and direction of the documentary Human Healing Journey to Being Human. Guided by ancient Vedic wisdom, the film, it's on Stream Plus. It explores the essence of being human, following Annette and her team from Healers Beyond Boundaries as they travel to India. So happy to connect with you today, Annette.
hello. Thank you very much for your invitation. I'm so pleased meeting you all, and I feel so excited. Thank you.
Yes, and I'm so happy that everyone is here. Welcome. And at any point, if you have a question for Annette, go ahead and raise your hand, and we can bring you up here. And yeah, or you can put it in the chat, whichever you feel like would be best. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, we want to welcome you as well. And you can put your comment or question in the chat. Also, if you've watched any of Annette's films, feel free to put in some comments if you liked it, what you liked about it, and etc. So, Annette, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I've got some questions for you. What was the turning point in your life that led you to dedicate yourself fully to healing and conscious work?
Mhm. In 2004, I had a severe car accident, which left me with a whiplash injury that was pulling the tendons in my upper vertebra. And they were actually not just pulled, but they were like ripped apart. So it's a severe injury, and which is actually meant to deteriorate, to become worse, and then finally you're supposed to be in a wheelchair and so on. So my mother, she insisted on please try some energy healing,
Mm.
and which I was not interested in, I have to admit. And then she dragged me there, and this was the turning point. This was like giving me some relief of that constant pain I was living in. So I was living in constant pain and fear also. So this was the turning point. And then I said, okay, if this is helping me, what is the art behind it? Let me know more about the art. So I went on training myself. I took classes, I met teachers that taught me, and then from all of this, I developed my own healing method, which is called Amazing Grace.
Oh, wonderful. I
Yeah,
can't wait to
because
hear more about that. And is that the method that healed that you tried when you were in this state? What type of healing was it?
well, it was like energy healing. And how do you want to explain energy healing? It's really hard to put your finger on it because it's so much beyond words. And
That's true.
I measure the healing by the result. So to explain what's happening there to me, my mind, to my soul, I called what I practiced amazing grace because that was the
Oops, you're frozen. Maybe she'll come back.
from
Annette? Oh,
from
okay.
the result of
So
that.
hold on just a moment. You froze for a minute, which was interesting because you were talking about your healing method, and I'm wondering if that's that high frequency is causing the Zoom to freeze. So we ended at Amazing Grace. So that's the last thing we heard.
Aha. So I developed that name because I couldn't understand what was happening. And I had the feeling that grace found me and it saved me of that terrible fate that was going to wait for me. And this is why I named it that way. And I say thank you every day because I have the feeling we never deserve it. It's just there to save us, and we're so lucky, lucky, lucky when we are saved by energy healing. Because that energy healing, it doesn't have any negative side effects, and it sets you free. So you're free from at least like we have in Germany and Europe, we have very tight medical structures. You just can't do anything freely, and you like need to live where there are doctors because you need their help. And by that, it sets you completely free. And that's like one of the most amazing things that I think is happening when you
That's
have some kind of really effective method of energy healing.
wonderful. And can you explain the process of Amazing Grace a little bit? And is it like Reiki? Can you do it remotely, or you have to be in person? Or can you share a little bit more about how you train people to become healers in this modality?
This modality, Amazing Grace, is just taught not online and not remotely. We are like really diving very, very deep into the Vedic knowledge, into the Vedic philosophy, because
Mhm.
there's where you find so much information about what is called grace. And you understand very much about the different sheath of the bodies, the subtle sheath of the bodies, and you know how to work with each and every one of them. So Reiki is not really part of it, but you do work with the prana body that Reiki is also like the chi and the ki and the prana. That's one body. So in that case, it's like a family, but it's different anyway. And you go deep, like you work also with the body itself, and then you go deeper. You go to the emotional structure. You go into the wisdom structure, into the intelligence structure, and you go into the core, the I am, who am I, and so it goes really, really deep, and from there come the powers. From there comes the healing.
Ah, I see. I see. Wonderful. Well, that's so exciting. And would you share more about how you discovered that teaching Vedic principles would lead to this healing modality?
Mhm.
Like, what is the Vedic philosophy? Hmm.
oh, what's the Vedic philosophy behind it? I can't explain that because it's like vast. It,
There's
uh,
books on that.
a
Okay.
human life will not be enough to even read it.
Okay. Yeah.
But 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 the core teaching is that also like some religions in the West that man is made by the forces that we call God. And the purpose of life is um, to come to know your source. Yes. And around that, there are so many different teachings.
That's beautiful. And I understand it to be an ancient teaching from India that goes into Ayurvedic and other branches.
Oh, yes. So in the core, the Vedas are more than 6,000 years old.
Hmm.
There are different kinds of, so to say, books and teachings about it. And they're all written in verses, in Sanskrit verses. You have many, many different kinds of translations. And on the Vedas, a lot of other teachings are based on it. And it's the source of Buddhism, Hinduism, a lot of Sufism, and so on.
Yeah, that's so wonderful. I love that. It's like bringing ancient teachings back to modern time to apply this powerful knowledge. And
So I happened to come in contact with these teachings through my personal practice of yoga and meditation. When I was very young, I went to live in an Indian ashram for a couple of years, and there is where I got the basic technical knowledge also that comes into the Amazing Grace healing technique that I teach today.
wonderful. And does your technique include intuitive reading? So the person knows or you know where the healing needs to focus on?
No?
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
No, the healing technique focuses on healing and not the cause.
Okay. Got it.
Cause doesn't matter
Yeah.
because if you're not sick anymore, forget about it. You
Yeah.
can start a new life. Just don't make the same mistakes again or new mistakes, but just forget about it. Start a new life when you got the second chance. When grace
Oh,
is the second chance, just start new.
that's inspiring. That's incredible. And so, with your own spiritual journey, how long did it take after you received this energy healing? How many healings was it for you to be healed and feel free?
Oh, the starting point was my first visit with a healer. That was in 2004.
Hmm.
So it's now 21 years ago. And as soon as I was capable of taking classes and courses, I started. And I started to teach around 207, 208. And I started my practice 206, and also 207, I founded the first stationary hospital for energy healing in Germany. And I had clients coming from all over because the word spread.
Yeah.
And then people wanted to practice that, and they asked me, would you please teach us? And this is how the school started. And now we have about, I don't know, it's like maybe 2,000 students.
Yeah.
I didn't count.
Yeah. Well, it's incredible that you started off, you call it a hospital, an
Yes.
energy medicine hospital. I mean, I think the US could use that too. I mean, it's amazing because I feel like it's the future of medicine is integrating these ancient teachings, the healing wisdom, and energy medicine.
Yeah, we should work together. I mean,
Yeah,
the I
I'm
could
ready.
I could not be without the modern medicine, and I think we
Oh,
have
yeah.
so much worth in the modern medicine, and I am totally against um, fighting
Oh,
against that
yes. Yeah.
because I think it's the wisdom. I mean, we get wisdom by searching outside, and we understand by taking all of this inside and processing it.
So we have a comment here from Ryan. It's like science fiction made real. Energy healing hospitals are in Star Wars and V. Oh my gosh, that's so wonderful that you brought in media. It's like
Right.
media knew the future, right?
Wow. I'm personally interested in doing some more research about it. Where can I find information about that? Like Star Wars, the
You put
healing.
the links to the movies and the
Oh
TV shows.
yeah.
And then we'll yeah, you could put that in the chat. Thank you so much. So yeah, so that's really incredible. You're such a pioneer in healthcare and healing. And I'd love to hear about the School for Spiritual Healing. What did you call it? And so many people were asking, how do I learn how to do this? And how is it going with this school?
Yes. So I teach in person. I do not teach online or remote because there's there's so much we need to like understand in a way that we really grasp what we're teaching. And it's not, we cannot do it just through our intellect. We need to put all of it together. Like we definitely always work with touch and um, work with putting into practice what we think we can do in our mind. And when we have the result, then we know we can do it.
Right. You have the evidence that it works. And then
Yes.
Chantel is saying, yes, Star Trek too.
Oh,
Definitely. There's
yeah.
she knows about that. Okay. And is there anyone here who has experience with energy healing? Have you ever had an energy healing? Are there any practitioners? And what's been your experience? Feel free to share either in the comments or raise your hand and we'll bring you up on stage. I'd love to hear more about in your documentary, Human. Would you share more about Healers Beyond Boundaries and the purpose behind creating this organization? It feels like a nonprofit, like
It is.
Doctors Without Borders or something, you know?
Yeah, it is a nonprofit.
Okay.
So somebody who came from India to take the training that I taught in Mallorca in English, she said, "Oh my God, this is fantastic. Why don't you come to India to help the poor people?" And since my spiritual roots are in India, I said, "Wow, yeah, let's do that." And then I put out an email. I said, "Okay, we have this idea. We wanted to know how many people would be interested in coming along." And then in about a week, we had like 56 people saying we want to come. So it definitely happened that we were 33 healers. I
Oh
could have
my gosh, that's auspicious. I love that number. That's my
33.
number. 333. Yeah.
I could have taken 100, but I don't know how to handle this many people.
Of course. Yes.
And because you need to have like really clean hotels, you need to find clean food so
hmm
nobody gets sick. They need to be
hmm hmm
very, very well kept. And India is sometimes not very reliable in terms of
That's true.
cleanliness. Yes, well, that's the case.
Yeah, there's quite, you know what I found about India? There's like such a yin yang, like a dichotomy of extreme, like fancy hotels, cleanliness, and then like the dirtiest you've ever seen or could ever imagine.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so this film was taken The second time I had some more experience. I said, okay, I
Okay.
take more people. So we've been 45 healers.
Okay.
And so there you see the healings happening. You see the people, somebody has been carried in and put on the table, and then the person was able to walk by themselves and even walk up and down stairs. And he has been in a wheelchair before. And
Oh, so
then
this was instantaneous. I mean, this was,
instantaneous, one session only. Yeah.
oh my God, that's amazing. And are all these 45 healers working on one person?
We have 3 healers around one bed.
Okay, 3 healers. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's incredible because I was just going to ask you if there's a particular healing experience or moment in your
Oh,
work that
you
deeply moved you or surprised you. Yeah.
and then the teaching is like human. Human is a name. Like we said, okay, we're humans, like we have dogs, we have cats, we have animals, we have this, but then you have humans. But what is it, human? So you have the H, the U, and it has the M-A-N. And the M-A-N also has a meaning in the Vedas, which is
Oh,
the root is manas, M-A-N-A-S. That's manas. And manas is the chitti, the consciousness, the mind, which is the mind. And the mind is connected to your consciousness, and it's connected to your intellect, and it's connected to your emotions. And that you combine the M-A-N with the hue, the holy syllable, which has kind of the same meaning or a similar meaning to Om, but it's like more not the universal Om, but the HU is more the divinity of the person,
mm.
of the species, of our species. And then you have the hue is holy, M-A-N is mind, spirit. So you have the Holy Spirit. Human is a translation for Holy Spirit, and that's our name. And this is what you,
Incredible. I never
and
knew that.
yes, and this is
Holy
what I'm
Spirit.
doing in that film.
Ah, yeah, that's amazing. And also I wanted to say I interviewed someone who discovered the ancient hue of just saying hue
Yeah.
is really powerful. The Egyptians used to say it, and that's part of our name. And so yeah, go ahead and you could talk about that too.
Yes, this is what I try to get a lot of knowledge about the hue. And
Uh-huh.
when I made that film, it was very hard to find information about it.
Yes.
And now we have some more information about it. But the hue is a holy syllable that is chanted by the Sufis, for example, like the dancing dervishes. And
Oh, so they dance and then say hue. Yeah, I've heard that it's really a powerful manifesting tool to just say hue and like sing it. Hmm. Beautiful. So, can you share? I know you shared one experience of someone on the table. Can you share something else that really moved you?
oh, so the healing is wonderful. The healing part, the healings that you do and you facilitate, and because you hear it on the other side of the table. We had this young boy who was working in the hotel where we had our setup, and he was coming there to work. He's like 18 because he fell as a baby, and his left arm, no, his right arm was lame, and he couldn't, and it was like he couldn't move this. It was like how do you call it when it's not hanging but it's like cramped?
It's contracting. I'm not sure of the medical term. I just call it contracting,
Yeah,
cramped. Yeah.
contract like this. He
Sometimes
was
it could be considered frozen.
frozen, yes, and his whole arm had no muscles. And so he came there to make money for the operation to take the arm off. to cut off his arm.
Mm-hmm.
So he came on the table and the arm moved.
Yeah, my heart just warmed up when you were talking about
And
that.
then, and then you see in the film, or I also took some clips which I put on YouTube, and then in the end you see him washing the windows from those huge glass doors with his right arm.
Oh my
And just
gosh, that is so moving. Can you imagine
yeah.
going from making money to cut off your arm to actually not having to do that?
And he said, I'm so happy because now I can take that money and I can marry.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that story. That is very moving. How do the lives of your students change through your training and
Exactly.
teachings? Yeah.
Exactly. This is also what I wanted to show in the film. So
Okay.
those people that worked with exactly those people that had been doing those particular healing sessions, I did some interviews. So how does this influence you? What does it do to you? What do you think about yourself now? Because if you know how to do something like that, it changes the picture of who you are. And I think I am convinced that we all need. I'm sorry, I just have the flu. Uh,
Yes.
and sometimes I wish
Even
I,
healers get sick,
yes,
so it's
and
it's
I was
part of
going,
being human.
yes, I would say, like uh, getting somebody out of the wheelchair is so much easier than fighting a flu.
Well, sometimes I'll just say, I mean, I know I'm getting a little bit technical, but I feel like our bodies need to detox. And
Yes,
you could just be experiencing that, and that is healthy. Like we would literally die if we didn't get colds and flu. We need to have something to ignite our immune system. Hmm.
exactly. I think the same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So what was your original question?
Oh, yeah, you were talking about your students and how their lives changed, and that
Yes,
is highlighted in your movie, your documentary, Human.
yes, exactly.
Hmm.
So,
Beautiful.
what it does to yourself when you experience this power to heal and to actually heal other people. It changes the way that you look at yourself and your fellow humans.
Yes, that's true. It's very empowering, and life doesn't have to be a downward spiral, I would say. It's hopeful. That's how I feel is the energy.
Yes, exactly. Carissa, that same way I think. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, sometimes you say it is the human being who heals. What do you mean by that, and how can people reconnect with this inner power?
That's a good question. How can you reconnect with it in your power? So when I'm asked, so how do you teach people to become healers? Um, from my experience and from my conviction is that we all have this special power, along with many other powers that we don't know of yet.
That's
Um,
exciting.
yeah, and that once you just need to facilitate this possibility of performing, I'm definitely saying now healing miracles, because I think it's very important that we know there are different phases of healing. Some healings are okay, they can happen in a year or two or in 2 months or whatever. And my training is to perform healing miracles on the spot, like those that happened and happen with Healers Beyond Boundaries. So you need to experience that you know how to do it. And the more you experience that you actually know how to do it, your self-esteem and your knowledge about your own skills become more and more, and then you're a healer. Yes?
Yes.
Because you actually are. But you need to tap into this. And I know it's not easy because I've I never was interested in becoming a healer. Other people told me, "Oh, I train Reiki, I do this, I do that," and I was never interested. I was like the one doing yoga, and I was meditating. This was my path, but not becoming a healer actively. And this special skill is like really putting all the intellectual trainings that you can read so many books about. Yes, the human core is holy, the human core is divine, you're a divine being. Doesn't help
Because
because
it's mental, it's intellectual. You need to feel it.
mental, it's not becoming a day-to-day reality. It's like an affirmation. But when you're there and somebody comes and says, "Oh, I have rheumatism or arthritis, I can't move my hands," and you say, "Okay, come, let me have it." They just put it into my hands, and then the pain is gone, and they move the hand free in about 15 minutes. That's like, wow. I
That's
remember
incredible. I love that story.
I remember meeting a guy in Hawaii on Oahu, and we met at a bar, and he was like a street dancer, and he fell on his elbow, and he said, "Oh my God, I fell on
Uh,
my elbow." And I said, "Hey, let me put my hand on your elbow." And I did this, and in about 10 minutes, it was gone. He moved it freely. And then the evening was over. He said, "Ooh," and he went, "Who is that?" He got scared.
he was
But
afraid of your power,
yeah,
which
but
is
I thought,
is
"Oh my God, this
can
is
be
so great.
understandable.
I
But
love
it
him."
still worked. I mean, he might not have believed it. So that's like the amazing thing because sometimes you hear, your belief has to be in alignment but no, no.
If you know how to heal, the other person doesn't need to believe it because it's a physical process. You are
Yeah.
definitely influencing all those levels, and it manifests in the body, in the cells. It changes the body cells instantly.
Yes. And the type of healing that you do is only in person, correct? This cannot be done over Zoom or online, or can it?
I don't.
You don't. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, I do have students that love to do distant healing.
Yeah.
But for me, it's a big difference. Like I experience very often, I touch the space where they have some trouble,
Yes.
and I can feel the shift. I can feel the shift in the joint, and sometimes the joint they go
Oh, wow.
under your hands, and it's like wow. And also from my experience, the doubt in the mind of the other person after the healing is for me very detrimental for my personal self-esteem.
Mhm.
Then I'm like dependent on how does the other person value what happened. And I
Yeah.
have so many people, they say, "Oh yeah, it's a little bit better. I've been taking a pill before. This is why now I feel better." And
Uh-huh.
that's something that I don't like.
I can understand that. I can understand that. Well, we do have another question. Can Amazing Grace be used for self-healing and vibration raising or healing for pets?
Of course. Yes, definitely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that question. Thank
We
you.
have Healers Beyond Boundaries in Mexico. We have Healers Beyond Boundaries in Sri Lanka. And the last time we've been in Mexico, we were invited to a farm where they have rescued donkeys and
Oh,
horses.
how
And
sweet.
they had rescued a white horse that was tied, in the wilderness, and it didn't have food and it didn't have anything to drink. And so they saved the life of that horse. But that horse was there for years, and they tried to like make it become strong, but it didn't. It was always being like skin and bones.
Uh-huh.
So we went, they invited us to the farm, and we went to the farm, and we did some healing sessions to all of the donkeys and to all of their horses. And that was a very special horse. We've been a couple of healers working with that white horse. And about half a year later, they said, yes, the horse is completely fine. It has no illness, no sickness. It has gained weight, and it looks really strong and full of vigor.
Oh, that's incredible. I love that story. Now, do you charge for these healings?
Healers Beyond Boundaries, we don't charge.
Okay.
We all um, I have another film out that's called Healing the World One Human at a Time, which was done in Mexico by Emmanuel Itier,
Hmm.
who is the connection between us here,
Yeah.
by the filmmaker Emmanuel Itier. And there we regularly go to a place where the migrants that had accidents, where they're safe, and they get food, they get help, they get clothes, they get everything they need to come back and then decide what they're going to do. Are they going to go back? Are they going to apply to stay in Mexico? Are they going to want to go to the United States?
Yeah. Hmm.
And there we have a young lady, 16, a young girl, 16 years old. She was blinded with acid
Yeah.
by her uncle.
Oh,
So she could have been sold easier. You know what I mean?
wow. I have
That's,
never heard of that. So she was human trafficked and then blinded. So that is, that is horrifying. I have never heard that before.
oh, I don't want to go more into her story because that story is like horrifying. It's
I'm
like,
sure we can only imagine. Yes.
it's so touching, you're coming from that high space
Yeah.
and you meet the devil. You
Mm.
meet the devil. It's like you meet those people you meet the people that have done that to the person.
Oh,
I
that
mean,
you did that? You met the
and
uncle? Oh,
this,
wow.
this big, I cannot swear, but it
Yeah.
looks like it.
Okay.
So it's high up here and high up there, and this is something also. What does it do to us healers? We are confronted with the human trafficking, for example. And
Yes.
especially when you go help these people, you get traumatized.
Yes.
But here you don't, because you have that grace in your hands and
Yes.
give it to a person, and it changes that life of the person completely around.
So
And
what were the effects of this 16-year-old girl?
so what happened is she doesn't have any more retina.
Okay.
Yes. And what happens is that she needs to keep her eyes closed because all the lights that come into her is causing her immense pain.
Oh, uh-huh.
And so when we worked with her, it was one session. Afterwards, she was able to keep her eyes open and she could see shadows.
I,
And that way she was able to go without a stick,
uh,
without the help of another person from A to B. And she could keep her eyes open. She couldn't see the people like we do, but
right.
she could at least um, have some more freedom of choice in her own life. So
Yes.
got out of this dependence. She got more independent.
Yeah, that's really powerful. And, there's also another aspect that I believe in that we each have a soul journey. And, we are meant to heal some things, but maybe that served a purpose in her life and other people in her life.
Well, of course, I mean, I contribute all of this also on karma.
Uh-huh.
And you have the karma. Everyone has their karma.
Yeah.
But you have to, if you have a choice, you have the
Yes.
same karma. So you can stay in the shadow or take yourself into the sunlight.
Mhm.
Your
Yes.
karma stays the same, but your choice is what do you do with that karmic life?
Beautiful. Yes. That's empowering. That's empowering. So, how do you integrate spirituality and healing into modern life without losing your grounding energy?
Um, well, if you are that energy, there's no question about it.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's my answer.
Okay. So, what do you envision as a future of healing, and what role do you see yourself playing in that?
Well, I'm having a lot of joy and fun, and it's very beautiful to spread the knowledge, to empower other people, to heal. I'm helping other people to become great, 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 great healers that know how to do these kind of miracle healings. And this is something I enjoy a lot. And I'm just looking at it, how it spreads. And yes, I am spreading the knowledge, I am spreading the teachings, and I'm also educating people about those inherent powers. And I'm sure that when we look back at our history, um, this knowledge of us, of the humans, be it philosophy, be it science, be it mathematics, whatever, is always evolving, evolving, evolving. And we have so much energy healing in this world right now, on the planet right now, that it's becoming more and more and more. And this is where I see where our world is going.
Mm, yeah,
This
that's
is
beautiful.
what I see, and I'm very happy of being part of that.
Yes, a pioneer in that. Well, if you could leave our audience with a message, what would it be today?
You should have asked me before.
Before now, because we
Can I
only
have
have 2 minutes left.
something nice? Or well, it's very hard to say a message like that. Yeah, the message is yes, human. We are human. We carry that divine name. This is this
Yes.
is this is our name, and this is who we are. Like you, the divine, and man, manas, spirit, mind, the divine mind, the divine spirit. This is what we are. We carry that name, and nobody knows it.
So
So we,
now let's embody it.
yeah, now let's embody it. Think about that, and consider yourself to be human, divine spirit.
Yay. That's perfect. So we do have a question. Plans? Do you have any plans for a new or next film?
Well, we've already have finished another film. The film we took in Sri Lanka
Yeah.
is is just now in the film festivals, in the international film festivals. It's called Honda Mai, and another film, we are going to go to Sri Lanka again in January, but I haven't planned a film because that's always very, very expensive.
I see. Oh, wow, exciting. Well, congratulations for getting it into the film festivals. And thank you for this inspiring conversation today. I feel like personally, I learned a lot and feel very empowered. Thank you for our Stream Plus members for joining us today and everyone else on live stream for Human, Healing Journey to Being Human with Annette Müller. And, thanks for the production team, Jim Gray, and the rest of Humanities team. We appreciate all of you. And we look forward to connecting with our audience and Stream Plus members here now. So thank you, Annette, for this conversation.
Thank you so much, and thank you for all your hearts, Ryan.